Dear colleagues, uh, let me introduce. My name is Matthew Rama. I'm managing director of company Attica. We have founded our company it's in 2003, roughly about 20 years ago. Well, and first, let me thank you. Let me thank you for your attention, for your joining, for having time to participate our webinar, especially today's, because today it's really terrible and difficult situations. Nobody knows what to do. So, but nevertheless, the life is going on, and we have just to do our work. So, thank you again, and we really, me and our company, our teams, Attica teams, it's really, we appreciate your attention and your joining and interest to our company, to our products. So. Let's start. A few words about our webinars. Our webinars today, it's dedicated to unsaturated polyester resins. So if anybody doesn't know what is it, unsaturated polyesters look like different liquid viscose, and it looks like pink, or it could be transparent resins, or it could be bluish with different indicators of curings. So today's we will discuss about unsaturated polyester resins, and today we'll discuss about the raw materials which we use, which participate in the synthesis of unsaturated polyester resins, and how these raw materials influence on the final properties of the resins, and mainly to the already done composites materials. So you know very well that nowadays the composites industry is developing rather high, more than 20% per year. It's replaced steel industry, for example. This kind of profile, it's much lighter than the same profile based on metal, but mainly it's also much stronger than the same profile made of the steel. So this is the main advantages of composites materials. So today's we'll discuss, as I mentioned, raw materials, and today's we'll discuss properties, how we could influence of the final composites products. So let's start. Now I'm share with you my display. If something goes wrong, please tell me. So let me introduce a few words about our company. Our mission, that we produce quality resins so that our customers can create high-level goods. What does it mean? It means that within our more or less 20 years of chemical business, of coatings and composites distributions and productions, we have nowadays a lot of research and developments. We have developed a lot of formulations for such kind of so-called smart coatings or smart composites, so we could bring to the final products, if we speak about coatings or if we speak about composites, special properties, anti-static properties, fire resistance properties, anti-graffiti properties, anti-reflex properties. So we could develop, together with our partners, we could develop absolutely new innovational products with a special requirements to the final end users of, doesn't matter, we speak about composites or we speak about coatings. So, and here, this is, we think, our main advantage. Here, a few words about our timeline histories. As I mentioned, we have founded our company in 2003. The first steps were made in the field of chemical distributions with raw materials for composites and for coatings products. In 2016, we built logistics centers, and in 2017 we have built our R&D centers where situated 3 laboratories. First one, it's laboratories of synthesis, laboratory of synthesis resins. Second, laboratory for composites materials, and third, laboratory of the coatings materials. In our R&D centers works approximately 20 employees, 20 engineers with different chemical degrees, which are constant developing not only resins, but analyze and developing formulations of the already done materials, composites or coatings based on our resins. In 2018, we have started to produce unsaturated polyester resins in the Ural regions together with our German partners. We purchased German license and technologies, and we allocate productions in the Ural regions. In 2019, we have started to build its own factory in St. Petersburg area. It's a very useful locations because it's only 20 kilometers far from St. Petersburg port. St. Petersburg port, it's the biggest port of Russia, and it's really very convenient to bring goods, especially when we make our export business. So in 2020, we have started our production with the 3 lines, how it looks like with the different scales. And in 2021, we have loaded our production with a full capacity with 18 metric tons per year. So with from the high, this our plant is seen. You see our R&D office, our productions plant, and our warehouse logistics center. So, and these years we have go further. So we have starting to build a new factory in a free economical zone. It's situated in Tatarstan. It's a central part of Russia. They will produce unsaturated polyesters and alkyds resins with 3 industrial lines, and we are planning to launch this project, this new productions in the 3rd quarters of 2022. So how it looks like our process. So we are really proud that we managed to do our process with a 90% automated. So you see our operator, this is a master of shifts. He could operate, he could put all the commands from operation centers to the with the computers, and all valves and all the equipments works from our operation centers. So it's allowed us to prevent any kind of human factors, just not to make waste, not to make bad products and bad quality. As I mentioned, our target and our mission is to produce quality resins. So that's why we have to control our quality, our resins with the different stages in laboratories, in the technology process, productions plants. So as I mentioned, we have about 20 employees in our R&D and laboratory centers. What about business, our business units? Probably this information will be also useful for you. For the meantime, Attica is working in 2 business segments. It's cast materials. It means we produce resins for coatings. We producing resins for adhesives. We produce resins for glues and sealants. And the second business segment, it's we produced resins for composite materials. So that's why if somebody is interested in some kind of formulations or raw materials, resins, not only for composites, but also for coatings, here we could really provide you our support. First of all, technical support. For example, how it's better to defend composites materials against UV resistance, for example, and with different coatings materials. And here we will be glad to be useful for you and for your business. So let's start with the unsaturated polyesters. First of all, let me describe what does it mean unsaturated polyester. Unsaturated polyesters, as I mentioned, this is a liquid, rather liquid with a different viscosity. It looks like it could be pink or it could be transparent. It depends on the raw materials. And first of all, the meaning of unsaturated means that in the structures of polyester resins there are double bonds which provides to the final resins high reactivity, hardness, elasticity, and all mechanical properties. Well, and polyester resins, this is a product with the reaction of polycondensations between, I will just stop demonstrations because I would like to show you some raw materials which are using and what's the meaning of each of the monomers. So the unsaturated polyesters, this is the resins produced from the different raw materials. We call them monomers with the anhydride together with glycols. One of the main raw materials which is widely used in the formulations of polyester resins, it's a phthalic anhydride. So phthalic anhydride, you see it looks like white powder. So this is one of the most important components. It brings elasticity and it brings transparency to the final resins properties. The second monomer, it's a maleic anhydride. So you see, it's look like it's not already dust. It's not a powder. It's like white stones. It brings mainly more reactivity to the resins. So if we need, for example, quicker drying time or gel time, so we have to adjust the content of the maleic anhydride. Then all of these two components react with the second part of the raw materials. They called glycols. One of the main glycols, it's a propylene glycol. You see, it's a transparent. It's a non-viscosity liquid. It brings high elasticity. It brings high elasticity. It brings resistance, chemical resistance. It could provide also UV resistance to the resins. And also the second component, it's a diethylene glycol and others which could bring hardness and more resistance to breakable. So this is mainly these monomers are widely used. Besides, there are few others monomers like terephthalic acids or polyethylene terephthalate recycled. It looks like you see, it's like a granules with the different colors. Here it's a gray colors with based on the terephthalic acids or polyethylene terephthalate technology, we could achieve to get the resins with a yellowish or even brownish color. So it looks like here the main advantage of these resins is they are low cost, low price resins, and besides they high high resistance to UV technology and heat technology, much better than resins based on orthophthalic or isophthalic technology. So I switch again to my presentations. Few words concerning classifications. There are two main divisions of unsaturated polyesters. First one, it's unsaturated polyesters based on orthophthalic technology, how it looks like. They divide to the phthalic anhydride, and they are characterized with a low price, low chemical resistance. Besides, there are resins based on dicyclopentadiene. We could achieve the high solid with low content of styrene, but the other side of the coin, that's the disadvantage. Their durability, solubility, incompatibility, these resins with others. The second technology, it's terephthalic resins. As I mentioned, they could look like this one, or yellowish, or brown, even brown. The main advantage, this is the price. The disadvantage, worse quality and the risk of pleasance. So we couldn't use these resins in the field of applications, high decorative segment. And besides, there are isophthalic resins, which looks like, you see, they are absolutely transparent. It's very excellent optic properties, so they are high quality. Disadvantage, the monomers which are using, they're rather high, so that's why a higher price. The second division, it's a vinyl ester resins. They are mainly, it looks like, you see, also transparent. But they are made from bisphenol A technology or Novolac technology or brom containing. Each of them, these resins dedicated with different properties which we get. For example, Novolac, we could bring high chemical resistance. Brom containing, we could get not only chemical resistance, but we could achieve fire resistance resins. So we could say that vinyl ester resins, they are closer, not even to polyester resins, but closer to epoxy resins, because in their structures, much bigger the quality of epoxy resins than polyester resins. So let's move further. You see these tables described us which resins are recommended for using in different kind of applications. For example, orthophthalic resins based off phthalic anhydride and standard glycols, they are widely used. They are first of all, they are diluted in styrene, about from 30 to 35% of styrene. They're widely used in the production of different tanks, boats, artificial marble, laminates, cased. So it's a general purpose markets. It's a budget, low cost market. Terephthalic acids, terephthalic resins based off terephthalic technology and glycols. They're widely used in the formulations of composites, where the decorative properties is not so significant. It's concrete pipes, also vessels, tanks, polymer concrete. Well, high strength, not transparent, not good optic properties. Isophthalic resins, they are based on isophthalic resins, isophthalic acids and glycols. They are widely used in the molding, in the gel coat productions. Their main properties is high stretch, chemical resistance, hardness. And vinyl esters, as I said, three main divisions: bisphenol A, Novolac, brom containers. If we need to get fire resistant properties, chemical resistance, so we have to think about using vinyl ester resins. These pictures I have already shown you some of our resins, like orthophthalic with pre-accelerated unsaturated polyester resins. It's first our main general industry OP 145. OP, it means orthophthalic resins. 45 it means gel coat, gel time of the resins. Second resins, it's ATTSHIELD OP 502. It's resins which is widely used for pultrusion applications. You see, this is pultrusion profiles, and last figure 2 means gel time. Very quick resins, 2 means gel time. And there are few resins. By all means, there's only 2 resins in our portfolio. We have a much bigger quantity of the resins, and we could promote custom resins. It means we could produce resins according to the customer's requests, customer's willings for laminating, for molding. We have also blue resins with the indicator of curing when resins react with the peroxide. The second components, the color is changing. And we have, as I mentioned, epoxy vinyl ester resins. Here it looks at ATTSHIELD 41. Just to be sure concerning our quality, we are controlling our quality with the different scales. First one, if we produce several batches in 1 liter reactors, if we manage to achieve the same quality, the same properties of the resins, then we move to the mini reactors, 50 liters, which could allow us to produce bigger quality. And when we achieve also several results with these reactors, we will move to the float reactors, 1,000 liters. Then we produce also 3 batches here, and only after getting good results, we will move to the production reactor. It's a 12,000 liters. 12,000 liters reactors allows us to produce each batch about 17 metric tons. So that's why the stable characteristics of our resins are rather good, because we have bigger quantity of each batch productions. So let's move to the resins, which we have already spoken. First main resins, it's a general, it's 145. This is our standard, most common resins. This resins is widely used in different segments of composites. Our partners, they produce pipes, they produce with filament winding different kind of vessels, tanks, septics, as you see, for waters, for storage waters, for colonization tanks. And besides, it's used for spray and for spray technology in productions of some kind of after parts. As I mentioned, last 2 figures indicate gel time, 45 minutes, rather good viscosity, 400 millipascal. The second resins, it's ATTSHIELD OP 725. You see, it's a bluish resins. It's resins for hand and for spray. We are producing resins. By all means, we could produce resins with different viscosity, with different thixotropic index. For example, this resins has about 3 thixotropic index, viscosity roughly about 700. It's useful not only for spraying, but it's also useful for hand layer applications, for productions, boats, swimming pools, and different composites materials. Gel times differ from 25 minutes to 45. It depends on the percentage of the peroxides which you are using. In all our TDS, there are recommendations concerning adding peroxides, how much we should put, and which gel time we will manage to achieve. The third resins also, it's also blue resins, 745, also blue resins with blue indicators. It's it's a more specialized resins. We are recommending these resins for production of boards. It includes less styrene, so UV resistant is much better than the previous resins. Some customers, they are using also this resin for laminating, but mainly they are producing for different kind of items, devices, composite devices, and for auto parts, plastic auto parts. We will move to the second divisions of the resins applications, which is nowadays developing very high. It's unsaturated polyesters for castings. Here we are producing orthophthalic resins. This ATTSHIELD at 215, it's a 10 minutes resins with a low acids number and with viscosity about 500. So it's widely used for productions of artificial stones, for polymer concrete, for sanitary gel coats. You see, it's really, it has very good optical properties. It's a transparent resins, and for laminating resins, we mainly produce this kind of resins with such characteristics. Besides, in our productions, we produce isophthalic resins. So you see, they are absolutely transparent resins because all the monomers, they are rather, they are very quality and they are transparent. So that's why we can achieve very perfect optical properties. This kind of resins, they characterized with their low viscosity, very good reaction time, 10 minutes. It's a accelerated resins, but without any cobalt-free resins. We could produce with a different kind of with a different styrene content, but most common with a 35% styrene. Styrene brings us gel time reactions bigger. Well, and besides isophthalic resins, they differ from others. That it's really chemical resistance resins widely used in the productions of artificial stores, different zinc, and so on, polymer concrete. Next resins, it's a ATTSHIELD OP 502. It's could be also pink. Unfortunately, I don't have right now the samples of OP 502. This is ATTSHIELD OP 145, but it looks like the same. It has more or less the same viscosity. It's a little bit bigger, 500 millipascal. Well, but gel time, it's about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. So, and we after 2-3 minutes we could achieve this profile. We could achieve with this profile not only with the quadrant profiles. We could achieve round profile with different. But by all means, if you need less reactive or even quicker, we could produce resins according to your willing, according to your request. ATTSHIELD 41, it's epoxy vinyl resins also, which we are producing. Unfortunately, in our portfolio for the meantime, there is no there aren't a lot of epoxy vinyl ester resins. We have only 2 resins, but we are developing for the meantime the most common resins, and in great demand in Russian markets. It's a ATTSHIELD 41. It's a clear liquid. It's a 20 minutes gel time, and it's a very good viscosity, about roughly 400 millipascal. So we could produce different kind of pipes vessels, storage tanks, and so on. So these pictures just make you the meaning, the idea where we could use, apply our resins for different kind of applications, for winding with the average reactivities, for filament winding, for hand layers, for pultrusions properties, for pultrusion process, epoxy vinyl esters. We could achieve high chemical resistance composite materials, and based on the 725, we could produce different kind of also composite products. So, dear colleagues, thank you for your attention. These are our situations. We are trying to be closer to our partners, to our customers. Nowadays, we have about 7 warehouses and stocks in the territory of Russia. Besides, we have sales office and warehouse in Minsk. Besides, we also have in Kiev. Unfortunately, these days it's really terrible days, and we don't know what to do because the border is closed. But we don't want to touch the politics. We are business, and our target just to provide our customers best good quality, just to provide our customers best products with high levels. So, and this is our geography of our presentations of our products. So we export in these countries. Besides, we export our resins in North Africa, in Egypt, in Turkey. Besides, we export our resins in Canada. So, okay. Thank you very much, dear colleagues. These presentations will be sent to your email address. And as I mentioned, we have all TDS in our website in English versions. In TDS, there are mentioned all the, not only the properties of the resins, but besides our recommendations of using second component peroxide, and which properties of the coatings or compound we could get with different gel times, and which mechanical properties of the composites we could achieve with using resins, and with varying resins with different portions of peroxides. Thank you again. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you to have time. It was pleasure to speak, to make presentation. Bye. Have a nice day.